It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get a look at the Penguin, Jalen Waddle, closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Dolphins and the Packers, and it's coming up next.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we interplay here. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Let's go! Ready?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Tua. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Ready? Hey, check it. No check.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the slot man goes in motion left. To throw on 2nd down. Watkins. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Let's go. Hey, check that. Three.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Hall on a give up the middle. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They go play action here on first down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at 5-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Looking to throw on second down. Watkins. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Back to throw. Watkins. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move your first result, a touchdown.
After the and this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
leauge in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on it before he got the quarterback on the ground.
He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll send the tight end in motion. This one complete to Patton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
19 tight.
To throw on 2nd down. Watkins. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
On 3rd down, Watkins. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
50 Bobcats, 50 Bobcats. 19, Pioneer.
On 1st and 10, Watkins. Touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins.
Tyler Bass sends the kickoff.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to have a Packers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
When you start with you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on it, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by Pierce. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From midfield, here's Tua. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Check pink, black left, blue check, opposite, green, check white, Smith red.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily...
And it's a Packers touchdown. Alec Pierce, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are back within a score.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Dolphins offense returning to the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. On first down, right back to Hall. Room here to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Ready? 18 Riley, 18 Riley. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, Panther 11, Panther 11, come back in.
Looking to throw. Watkins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He put that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On second down, a run with Hall. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw on third down. Watkins, and that's knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Tua and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. A big play there. 74 yards. And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The extra point forthcoming. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got a man complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Watkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. And the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Bass on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, and it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. 2 touchdowns there for Jonathan Taylor. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Josh Allen has thrown a touchdown pass. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they did even less on the ground as they've struggled to get the run game going. These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll get that out wide to Waddle. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Dolphins are going to get a fresh set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On the counter, it's Hall. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll go again with Hall. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Straight ahead is Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 3rd down, Watkins. Open man is Waddle, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Brought down that time by Quay Walker. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle from 13 yards out. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2.
Ready.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Buying time to his left. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position. And that was special there. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have some...
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Fourth down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they'll run the option to start the drive. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
That's the end of the third quarter.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff for Hall. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Ball again on 2nd down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Breece Hall, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Tyler Bass sends the kickoff.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Tua now on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there. The drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. But defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Tua to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Channing Tindall coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Tua going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Jair Alexander up to make the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he gets it down to the 32. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Paul again. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. To throw on 3rd down. Watkins got his man complete over the middle. That's Gilbert. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Dolphins have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Packers ready to take over offensively. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Here we go. Ready?
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he's going to have the Packers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
Ready, go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. One final try for Tagovailoa. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Miami, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.